One.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to a show to be named later. I'm Chase. This is Will, talking about sports once again today. Talking about Week 2 college football coming up in a couple days with a couple games. Now, Will, the SEC, the entire conference is pretty much off this week. All right?
Yeah, I don't think
we got all popcorn matchups for pretty much every SEC team. So what are some games you want to give me this week you're kind of looking at?
I tell you what, let's start with Michigan State and Oregon. Two top 10 teams meeting up this early in the season is unusual.
Yeah.
But not only that, but you're going to be meeting two teams that really are favored to win their conference. Michigan State now with Ohio State being down there. Braxton Miller, Michigan State has taken the lead. I think it was a close race to begin anyway. They were certainly in the conversation for winning the Big 12. I mean the Big 10. But right now, as we go into this game, we've got Oregon favored by 12, which is a bit of a shocker, maybe because they're home or they're breaking out some new uniforms this week. I don't really know.
I don't think Sparty even stands a chance in this game.
Ooh, hell no.
Hey, Marcus Mariota could be probably the best college football player in the country right now. I mean, this dude can fly. All right. Oregon's left tackle can probably run a faster 40 than their running back can, than Michigan State's running back can. All them dudes can fly. You get them in Ogden Stadium, there's no way Sparty can be in the game with them. I'll be happy to watch that game, and I'm looking forward to watching that game until about 10 minutes in the first quarter when Oregon's up 28-zip.
I got one question for you. The last team that went in to beat Oregon that looked like Michigan State would have been who?
Stanford.
And how did they beat them?
Running the football.
Controlling the ball. That's why I like Michigan State.
I'm telling you, dude, I don't see that happening.
I'm not saying I could be
Michigan
wrong.
State is not Stanford from that.
I will tell you
season.
the over in the game is 55, so I would take.
Let's take the over.
Take the over.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another game. A game that's got a lot of tradition, a big rivalry. Hasn't been what it was in the late 80s and 90s, but trying to make a resurgence back into the national spotlight. Michigan and Notre Dame playing at Touchdown Jesus' house today.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So, with that being said, what do you think? Which one do you like there?
Well, the kid, the quarterback from Notre Dame, was that Everett Golson. I mean, that kid's a good player too.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's one of the best players in the country. I think
he's
as
learned
well.
to quit cheating
as
on
long
his
as he
test.
doesn't cheat on his test. I mean, the kid can play some ball. I don't know if Michigan really has a huge shot in that game. I think it'll be a good game. I think Notre Dame's going to take them. I think Notre Dame's probably got a little better skilled players as well. I do know that these are one of those type games that, Brady Hoke's job kind of hinges on one of these games. You got Ohio State, you got to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to beat Notre Dame. I think he needs to beat Notre Dame. I think he needs to beat Michigan State. I think he needs to beat. he needs to beat Notre Dame. He needs to beat Michigan State. He needs to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so even though that,
we'll go back to San Diego State.
Yeah. I mean, even though we don't have a lot of great SEC games on this weekend, there's still a ton of great games out there this weekend to watch. A lot of national picture type games. Like the first game we talked about, that Oregon Sparty game. That's going to really play into the college football playoff. I mean, if the Pac-12 out there, I mean, if Sparty gives Oregon a scare, that can bump them down in the polls.
Absolutely.
As an example, Bama only beat West Virginia by 10 when the spread in that thing was like 26.
Right.
They didn't move down. As a Pac-12 team, you ain't got to get beat to move down the polls.
Right.
You get
your
scared.
margin of error is
You get scared by somebody. Because I mean, out there they're all about pageantry and how good does it look. So.
Right.
So that's another game that's going to be interesting to watch.
Well, let's talk real quickly about the USC-Stanford game.
How good did USC look last week? Man,
Steve Sarkisian has got that offense rolling.
The guy may be a racist, but, dude, those balls are flying in the air, according to that kid that quit a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, racist or, that teaches his players how to jump off the second-story balcony without spraining your ankles. One of the two.
USC looked good. That's two totally different teams right there. Like you said earlier, you got Stanford really, pound the ground, running the ball.
And I don't think David Shaw gets near the credit that he should get.
Absolutely no. I mean,
this guy's an amazing coach.
You gotta be a special kind of coach to be able to coach kids like. I mean, you got kids going to Stanford. I mean, those are some smart kids. You can't only tell kids that go to Stanford to do something, you got to tell them why you're doing it this way.
Right.
Shaw can convey that message to him.
At Stanford, for you to compete, I mean, you would think that you need to fill out all 75 scholarships that you have in football with players that can play. They can't find enough. They can't find 75 players that can qualify academically to compete every day. So anyway, with that being said, I like Stanford in that game. It's a home game for them. I think Steve Sarkisian kind of rubbed their face in the dirt last year.
He did.
And Stanford got beat by USC last year, so I like this. But so as we wrap up, Chase, week 2 college football segment here, we'd love to know what you guys think. Tweet us at SportsWCP. Follow us on Facebook at WCP Sports Talk or on our YouTube channel as well. We appreciate you guys joining in, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.